I told you, Texas, liberalism can get you too. Right now, Texas is getting the treatment of the Gestapo police with the mayor feminazi Anise Danette Parker. Dang, y'all didn't see this coming? Houston, you have a problem.
I think what's happening. Propaganda.
Not only are liberals selective about their assertion of separation of church and state, they don't understand it and they got it backwards. Jefferson pointed that out as an assurance that the state would not infringe upon the church. That was the meaning he communicated to Dansbury Baptist Church. Liberals who take liberties with interpretation took the liberty to apply that to what Jefferson said, to fit their worldview. And what follows is them having no problem with the state imposing upon the church. So not only have they taken liberties with Jefferson's statement and ignore what he meant, they also ignore the first right of the First Amendment, that being the right to free religious exercise. Which means, for example, you or the state cannot force a church to marry a same-sex couple. It would deny the church the right to free religious exercise. So not only is Parker infringing upon their free religious exercise, which is a right listed even before free speech, she wants to deny free speech because she wants to approve their sermons first. There, liberals, is your gross violation of crossing the wall of separation of church and state. I'll remind y'all of the balance of freedom. The pro-same-sex marriage crowd will say the church is denying them rights, but you'll be denying the church of their rights if you force them to endorse your so-called marriage. You'd be forcing the church to change their doctrine. That's tyrannical. The church refusing to perform a ceremony, or a bakery refusing to make you a cake, or a photographer refusing to take pictures does not deprive you of life. It does not deprive you of liberty. It's actually you depriving them of theirs. It does not deprive you of property. It's actually you that's depriving them of theirs with your litigations. And they are not depriving you of your pursuit of happiness. It is you depriving them of theirs. You totally ignore the balance of freedom. I go more in depth on the same-sex marriage issue in my audiobook, Weapon of Vast Destruction, at alfonsorachel.com. Hope you'll get it, especially a lot of you Republicans who have been suckered into believing it's just one of those social issues we need to stay away from. Meanwhile, liberals never stay away from social issues, and it works for them. You might want to pick up on that as you pick up on my audiobook. You don't have to be on the offensive with social issues like liberals are. But just as we want America to have a strong national defense, we also need a strong social defense. Our military is meant to be well fortified to defend our country. And for the most part, it works. And we don't want a cut and run military. Shouldn't our social approach be the same? Well fortified to defend the offenses of liberalism without cutting and running? Can we clean house with these if you can't lick them, join them Republicans who are a big part of the reason why people say they can't tell the difference between the Democrats and Republicans anyway? Liberals have been suckering people into believing they're just being paranoid and the LGBTs are not going to be forcing anything upon the church. Well, that's a lie. Maybe what y'all meant is the LGBTs are not going to be forcing anything on the mosques. I wonder if Mayor Hero of Houston would try that noise with a mosque. Anyway, y'all, if this is happening in Don't Mess with Texas, Texas, who is most certainly being messed with, it can happen anywhere. It's also happening in Idaho, where the hitching post is another target. It's not a church. It's still a facility for the purpose of marrying people, and the service is conducted by ordained ministers in this case. And you can't force the ministers to forfeit their right to free religious exercise. But liberals are really selfish and ignore the balance of freedom. I'm Alfonso Rachel with Zonation, and I know liberals think they're carrying on some civil rights movement. Y'all thinking that this is a civil rights movement is about as off the mark as Monica Lewinsky thinking Drudge ruined her life. No, what messed up Monica's life is the choice you made that got that mess on your blue dress. It was a smudge, not Drudge. The Gestapo police.